Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit, where we delve into the world of engines and automobiles. Today, we're turning our expert gaze towards Honda, a titan in the realm of internal combustion engines, renowned for its precision and superior engineering. However, the automotive landscape is shifting gears towards electrification, and Honda has been somewhat of a late entrant. But could this delay be a strategic move? Let's explore why. Reason number 6, the reliability gap between EVs and ICE vehicles. A recent Consumer Reports survey, encompassing over 330,000 vehicles manufactured from 2000 to 2023, revealed a surprising fact. Electric vehicles, EVs, despite their simplicity, are significantly less reliable than their gas-powered counterparts. They cause 80% more problems, with most issues stemming from the battery and charging systems. Consumers also reported numerous quality control issues, from exterior body panels to interior parts. Interestingly, gas-powered cars remain the most reliable, along with a certain category of hybrids, specifically self-charging units. These are predominantly produced by companies like Toyota and Honda, which might be a silver lining for Honda's CEO, Toshihiro Mibe. Conversely, plug-in hybrids, with their complex nature, are the least reliable group, causing a whopping 146% more problems than gas engines. Essentially, you're dealing with two systems in one vehicle, the internal combustion engine and the electric motor with batteries, increasing the potential for things to go wrong. Reason number 5, the Chevy Blazer EV Conundrum. Honda, a late entrant to the EV race, partnered with General Motors, GM, to stay relevant. However, GM's Ultium battery technology, while promising on paper, has proven problematic, causing concern for Honda's CEO, as the same technology is slated for Honda's first all-electric vehicle, the Prologue. Honda is developing its own technology, but it won't be ready for a few years. Meanwhile, the Prologue, based on the recently launched Chevy Blazer EV, is on the horizon. The Blazer EV, however, has emerged as one of the most problematic EVs on the market, with customers reporting numerous issues, from battery and charging problems to infotainment glitches. A recent test by Edmunds highlighted these issues, with 23 different problems occurring within 2 months and less than 2,000 miles. The root of the problem lies in the software, which is riddled with serious errors. Despite GM officials claiming none of them are safety-related, the fact that the same software will be used in the Prologue is a significant concern. Given GM's current handling of these issues, Honda's optimism might be dwindling. The situation boils down to a classic tale of ironing out the kinks in new technology, a process that requires time, something GM is short on. Honda, however, might choose to slow down the launch, as there are several signs that support the expert consensus. Rushing into something that will evidently require more time than anticipated is not a prudent move. Reason number 4, the high-tech hurdle. Honda has always been a beacon of reliability in the automotive world, a reputation built on impeccable engineering and a penchant for simplicity, devoid of unnecessary high-tech frills. This is precisely what has Honda's CEO concerned when looking at the design of EVs. Despite their inherent simplicity compared to internal combustion cars, EVs are marketed as technological marvels. Automakers emphasize the technological aspect of the vehicle by installing a plethora of high-end tech features that are essentially superfluous. Just consider the overcomplicated infotainment systems, lack of physical controls, or advanced drive assist features in EVs. It's their integration with the car that causes most of the problems, not the battery or electric motors. So the question arises, can Honda offer a more balanced solution like it has in the realm of internal combustion engines? Can it deliver a modern and competitive EV without over-designing and over-equipping it with tech features? Is this even feasible given its reliance on GM's Ultium technology, which is evidently flawed? The aforementioned Blazer EV isn't the only example. The same issues plague other models as well, including the Cadillac Lyriq and GMC Hummer. Reason number 3, the roadblock of range anxiety and infrastructure. As the years roll by, we're still awaiting that game-changing breakthrough that would finally put range anxiety to rest. Despite the significant strides made in recent years, EVs are yet to reach the desired level of autonomy. Most offer a range between 250 and 300 miles, which suffices for daily commuting but falls short for long-distance travel, leading us to the second major cause of range anxiety. Infrastructure, or the lack thereof, is a significant concern. Embarking on longer journeys can often turn into a logistical nightmare due to the imperfect charging network. This issue is particularly pronounced in rural areas, where the vast distances between charging stations can induce anxiety. While urban areas fare better, the number of chargers is still inadequate. Queues are commonplace, and even if a station isn't crowded, recharging is time-consuming, even with the fastest chargers. Not to mention the myriad of issues consumers have reported with public chargers, particularly at Electrify America stations. Reason number 2. The deceleration of EV growth. We've been discussing the so-called EV meltdown for months, and indeed the growth is decelerating for a multitude of reasons. If we look at the period up until June 2022, the average annual growth of the EV market was around 90%. However, between June 2022 and June 2023, the growth rate dropped to 50%, and experts predict a further slowdown. The reasons are manifold, starting with the fact that the early adopter phase is over. Wealthy households and tech enthusiasts have purchased their EVs, and automakers have struggled to adapt their offerings to the masses. EVs remain prohibitively expensive for the average buyer. Even with government incentives like tax credits, they are still pricier than their gas-powered counterparts. Add to this the issues of range anxiety, the inconvenience of recharging, and the undeniable fact that EVs are less reliable than conventional cars, and the case for transitioning to EVs weakens, unless you're still under the impression that electric cars are environmentally friendly. Reason number 1. The bottom line: profitability. Despite their pursuit of engineering excellence, Honda, like any other company, is primarily driven by profit. With this in mind, it's safe to say that Honda's CEO, Toshihiro Mibe, might not be too optimistic about electrification. Automakers are yet to crack the code on the economics of EVs. They continue to incur losses on EVs, using the profits from gas-powered cars to fund further investment. The adoption of EVs is progressing slower than anticipated, creating a vicious cycle where companies are desperate for profits from affordable, high-volume mainstream EVs that are yet to hit the market. The situation is further complicated by the inability of companies to optimize the production process. Production costs remain high, and despite the substantial discounts offered in recent months, companies are struggling to attract enough buyers to make their investments profitable. Honda finds itself in a particularly challenging position, as it is compelled to both purchase and develop EV technology. The only saving grace is that Honda, a company that reaps substantial profits from internal combustion engines, likely has more capital to invest than most other companies. But does this make Honda's CEO more optimistic about the future of EVs? We're not so sure. Thank you for tuning in to Piston Pundit. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on the latest vehicle updates and upcoming videos. See you next time.